Hey guys, I'm Jess.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Don't Burn the Cookies podcast. Today we're just going to give some general advice about a few different topics and just kind of read them out to you and give you our opinion on the matters. Alright, so for our first topic, it's about a child dealing with their parent, and the child is an adult. So this is how do I, 22 female, deal with a parent 52 female who raises her voice for everything. My mom is 56 and I love her dearly, but I cannot stand it when she gets frustrated or slightly annoyed. She will start raising her voice and yelling and going off about whatever it is that upsets her. I have managed to ignore her outbursts and put in my headphones as soon as she does it. I figured I've done it enough times for her to get the hint because she won't do it towards me anymore, but she still does it to my younger sister, who is 18, and it's driving me insane. The conversation will become like, let's say my sister and I are talking. Me, oh, what are you going to do? Sister, oh, probably 5 or 6, I don't know. Oh, when are you going to go? See, this is why I don't like reading out loud. My mom, for no reason, yelling, will figure it out because I'm not going to drive back and forth when you don't even know. This is just an example. She'll find a negative in every situation and kills everyone's fun with her yelling. How do I go about telling her to stop?
Well, you can try sitting down talking to her, but it seems like no matter what you're going to do, she's going to have that negative part.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, I'd try doing it back.
Oh, like basically low-key picking a fight with her in the same situations?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Let her say, hey, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And then you start throwing out some negative stuff. I mean, I've had to do that with people before. That no matter what they do, they yell. It's always negative, and I don't do negative. I can't do negative no more.
No, neither can I. With this situation, I'd say, yeah, that's actually a really tough call to kind of figure out how to tell them to stop. Because like you said, if they're going to yell, they're not probably going to listen either.
Nope.
So what I would suggest is, trying to tell them, and don't try to tell them over and over again, hoping that one of these days they're going to, get it through their head. But just try telling them once. And if they don't get it that one time, I wouldn't stress yourself out with trying to explain over and over again. At that point, if they don't get it the first time you explain it, I think the next thing on that contingency plan is figuring out a way to just not be around that person so much. So with you being 22, I see, and then your sister is 18, maybe start looking into, if that talking doesn't work, maybe start looking into moving out. Because
get a place together. I mean,
exactly.
If you're living with your mom, that means you guys can't afford your own places. So if y'all even got a 1-bedroom together, and just go from there just to get on your feet.
That's actually not a bad idea, especially since it's only the two of them.
Yeah.
A 1-bedroom is doable.
And I'm sure they've shared a room before, probably.
Oh, yeah. By far. For sure. But yeah, definitely get your piece out. I know one thing I did, because our mom is a lot like this in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Where, very negative. That's why I don't like going around anymore, because she never seems to have anything nice to say.
And it's not even, directed toward us. It's just negative in
general. Exactly. And I know one thing that I kind of did growing up was I kind of would, throw an attitude back in a way, but, I would, so, if they told me, if she says something you need to do this, but I was in the middle of doing something else, and she got into the yelling, screaming, this author described, I would be I'm trying, or I'm working on it. And, that was just seen as, having an attitude, but it's no, I really am. I'm literally doing another task. I can't get and jump to that one.
I've done the same thing with my husband, though. I'll be in the middle of doing something, he's like, hey, can you do this? And I look back and I'm like, can I finish this first? And then I'll do that. Because it's always, as soon as I go to do anything, whether it's the kids or my husband, they're like, hey, can you do that? Yeah, give me a minute. Look, I'm one person, 2 hands. And that's my famous phrase I use all the time. I'm one person, 2 hands. I can't do it all.
I like that.
And it seems to work. See, normally I've been the type of person, if you're going to throw attitude at me, I'll let it go the first few times, but if it becomes regular, I'm going to throw it back.
Yeah.
And then you get upset, and I'm like, oh, wait, you didn't like that? Damn, sucks to be you. Because that's me. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you don't want it done to you, don't do it to somebody else.
Exactly.
Goes back to elementary school.
Yeah, isn't that like the golden rule? Treat others the way you want to be treated. It's crazy that we're taught that growing up, and then like the reality of life, especially nowadays, is like the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Golden rule is like ancient history at this point in time. I feel like
it was a waste of everybody's breath back then.
Yes, especially because it's not working out now.
Nope.
It's crazy. Alright, so the next one is how to love myself. Alright. Oh, this is a good one. Alright, so I don't hate me, but I hate certain parts of my body. I've succeeded to pinpoint why I've always been so obsessive over love handles, because dear old mama used to talk about nothing else but her weight. Mind you, she was not overweight, but she has the idea that she was fat. I copy that. I got hyper aware of my body. Oh my god, that's just a gift that you accidentally got from your mother. But it's also one of those things like when you're working through therapy, it's like, I can't give that away. That was a gift from my mother.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, I'm not dramatically overweight. So they put 174 centimeters and 66 kilograms, but I don't know what that means as an American, sorry. But I did start at the gym just to get in better shape and all that. I had a tiny hope of maybe learning to love myself there, but the more I exercised, the more the algorithm showed me people talking about how the body dysmorphia never goes away. What is the point to even try if it's so? It's summer. I just put shorts on for the first time and cried because of how I look. Am I doomed? If I'm always going to think I'm disfigured, really, why even exercise? So with this one, what I would recommend is start learning about the self-love, the body positivity movement before it kind of got warped back in like 2012. Start going back to those roots and kind of understanding like those, learning those lessons, those concepts that they put out at the time.
Yeah.
That was focused on battling stuff like this.
Yeah.
The body positivity movement, when it started when we were in like high school, it wasn't what it is now where people are arguing over, oh, it just promotes people to be overweight. It's not like that. It started because of people like this who, whether they are overweight or not, they just did not feel comfortable in their bodies. And that movement was designed to teach you how to love yourself so that you can be comfortable in your body no matter what the shape was. So I would start looking into blogs that kind of talk about self-love and self-care so that you could kind of start learning how to take better, like how to love yourself in a better way. And, oh, we just looked up those measurements. So they're 5'8" and 145 pounds. Honey.
You're tiny.
You're a babe. Oh my God. Okay.
I mean, I'm only 5'3" and I weigh a little bit more than she does. So, I mean,
yeah.
I'm a compact version.
Oh my God, that's like model-esque. Are you fucking kidding? 5'8", 145? Me at 145 is gorgeous, and I'm only 5'2". I can't imagine how beautiful this looks on a tall body.
I weigh 148.
Oh my God, and you're shorter than me, aren't you?
I'm 5'3".
No,
yeah.
You're shorter than me, and I'm 5'2".
No, you're not. You're taller than 5'2".
We're gonna fight.
You gotta get at least 5'5". There's no way.
But no, oh my gosh. So I would say when it comes to the question part is like, what's the point of even working out? I would say maybe don't approach working out as a way to necessarily lose weight, because you're at a good body type right now where you don't necessarily need to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, when you go into the gym, kind of focus on the mental and the personal health benefits of it. So like working out, regardless of what your weight is, it helps with your cardiovascular health, it helps with your cholesterol, high blood pressure, preventing those things from happening, as well as like pre-diabetes. So when you go into the gym, look at it as a way of, I'm not trying to necessarily get skinny, I'm trying to protect my health.
Yeah.
You know? And go into that mindset. And honestly, going into the gym, in my opinion, when you already have body dysmorphia could be a potential recipe for disaster. Because a lot of people in the gym...
with mirrors.
Yes. Well, not just because of the mirrors.
Because I couldn't do it after I had KJ. I went in panic mode.
Yeah. not just because of the mirrors. A lot of the workout culture nowadays, it's a lot of people with body dysmorphia that have these big, beautiful muscles, these beautiful skinny bods, and they're in the gym like 6 hours a day. And so it's kind of like, it's a tricky place to be when you have body dysmorphia, because you're getting around other people who will feed into your dysmorphia because they also have the dysmorphia.
Yeah.
So I recommend maybe a gym that kind of focuses more on a community aspect of things.
So we have one here that it's at the doctor's office actually,
Yeah.
and it's a wellness center,
Yeah.
and they work on your health, not just there's girls in there that are bigger, but they're in shape.
Yeah.
They're not like they're like, okay, I'm bigger, I'm a bigger woman, but my health is good.
Yeah.
They could probably run up and down a set of stairs, and I have to walk.
Yeah.
Because I might be small, but I'm not. No,
You're
I'm
not
not in shape. I can't do that.
Yeah.
It depends on like what you picture yourself as.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that you're necessarily doomed. Yes, body dysmorphia, a lot of times that's something you're always going to have. But when they say what's the point, there's many other points to doing this other than just being skinny, just being little. Do it for you, do it for your personal health, and like, especially mental health. Like, that's one thing that working out helps me a lot, especially when I do like kickboxing.
Yeah.
Is you get that shit out of you. So you take out whatever you're feeling out on the gym, so when you leave the gym, you're feeling a lot better in general.
Yeah.
But I would definitely start getting on the train of the body positivity movement, learn how to love yourself, and honestly, you got to do it for you.
Yeah.
And you don't want to live your whole life feeling this way. You need to then definitely look into some blogs, maybe some TED Talks about body positivity that can help you
or even
reduce
therapy.
the feeling. Oh, yeah.
Therapy's a good one.
That's a good one, too.
Because you can talk about it and explain to them what you're going through, and they can give you a plan to set up what you need to do, what you should do.
Yeah.
And how to go about it to where you don't feel so insecure, so to say.
Yeah. That's actually really good. I think a lot of people think therapy is just for like the norm, like quote unquote normal stuff, like I have anxiety or I have this. But honestly, therapy is really good for this subject too. You know,
I do the therapy online.
You do?
Where you text.
Really?
That's all you do is text.
Okay.
And that, because I don't have time. I don't know my schedule. I don't have time to go see a therapist. I don't have, just to leave the house for an hour and a half to go drive there and be there for 40 minutes and then drive home. It's not in my schedule. So if I'm feeling overwhelmed, it's a big therapist group that literally you text them and one of the therapists there will text you back.
Okay.
And you can talk about what's going on. Like, I have anxiety. Like, there's some days, like, with my son, Levi, the one that has autism, I'm mentally drained.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. My husband's done heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's done heard it.
Yeah.
You've done heard it. Everybody's done heard it a million times. And they're like, just breathe. I can't just breathe because it's one thing after another.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, I can get on there and I can text them and be like, this is how I'm feeling. What are some techniques I can do? Like, doing, like, I've gotten breathing things.
Mm-hmm.
They told me, do a puzzle. Draw. Color.
Oh.
Different things. I've gotten an anxiety coloring book that came with a CD.
Yeah.
That's got music.
Oh.
So, normally, like, when Tim's in therapy, I put that in the car in the CD player, and I sit there and color.
Yeah.
It's just relaxing, and it calms me down.
That's really good.
But they do have that out there. Like, a lot of places, if you have insurance, it'll normally cover it.
Mm-hmm.
I have Teledoc, and that's what I use.
Teledoc. Okay.
And there's other ones. I know I've seen them on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok has a lot of ones that they were advertising pretty aggressively, especially like a few months ago. And I don't remember all the names of them because it's an ad. I keep swiping if I see an ad. I'm just not interested.
Yeah.
To even watch it, but yeah, definitely give that a try. Text-based therapy just to help you calm down.
BetterHelp is one.
BetterHelp. Okay.
Talkspace.
Okay.
And I think Healthline is one. And Do Mental. Do Mental. That's one I was using. Was Do Mental.
Yeah.
And you can go online on domental.com, and they have online therapy. You can chat. You make an account. You sign in. So normally they try to give you the same therapist all the time.
Yeah.
But just come up with an idea to okay, this is what I want out of life.
Yeah.
I don't want to, feel like this all the time, and I want to be able to look in the mirror and say, okay, I love this. I love myself.
Yes.
What is that word I'm thinking of? The starts with an A.
Affirmations.
Yes.
Yes.
My brain slips. Every morning, put them on the mirror.
Oh, that's a good one. Because then you can't avoid that when you go to brush your teeth.
Exactly.
I like that. Put some affirmations on the mirror. There was another one I was going to say. Also, other than just the gym, I think a lot of people have a tendency to run to the gym because it's all in one inclusive kind of perk. But maybe start looking into healthy community outlets so that you're still working out like you want to, but maybe during that workout you could take your mind off of your body dysmorphia and get outside your head. So like for instance, I recently joined a walking group in Charlotte. And so go on to like Facebook or Meetup and find local like meetups that are focused around maybe going on walks or hikes or some other physical activity, so that way you could get that community aspect into it and just get out of your head because you're there with other people. And it's less so like the gym, where the gym is very straightforward. People are very like, you get in the gym, you do the gym. But when you go to these meetups with these groups, it's a lot more fluid. It's a lot more like, yes, we're going to go on this walk, or yes, we're going to go kayaking, or whatever the activity is. But we're also getting to know each other. Where the gym, it's very tunnel vision. Like, it's just get to the gym, do the workout, get out.
Yeah.
So instead of just focusing all the time in the gym, get out in your community, find a community group to do an activity with. That way you're getting out of your head, which gets you away from that body's dysmorphia, from ruining your workout and just giving you a bad day in general.
Yep, that works.
Alright, so our next one is called Living Together with My Sister. I'm a male, 18, and moving to a different country for university. My sister, female, 21, has already lived there for 3 years and has offered to let me live with her for the first few months while I look for a new place. I've accepted the kind offer, I have accepted the kind offer, but I am a bit nervous about the logistics of living together with my sister for a few months. Are there any big things? Ooh,
Sorry.
It's okay. Are there any big things I should really know ahead of time? Obviously, communication is important with any roommate, but is there anything else I should know?
Ask her what her rules are. Like, you're moving in, what she expects of you. She is older, and it is her house, her apartment, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Did it say? No.
No, it is specified.
Like, it's her place. Like, be like, what do you expect of me? Is there anything you want me to do weekly? Is there anything you need me to buy for the house every week? Hey, do you want to take turns buying groceries? Do you want me to clean? You need to make a list, say I'll clean the living room this week, you clean it next week, or do you just want to clean, or just kind of figure out where your boundaries are. Hey, do you have a set time that you don't want people coming in and out?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had my stepson move in after he turned 18, and I had rules.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different, living with siblings versus living with your parents again, but he was more of a roommate. And it was like, hey, you still got to do stuff around the house. You live here. You can at least, help pick up the yard or pick up the living room and vacuum. Or, hey, you want this, and this for supper. can you help, throw some money in towards food?
Yeah, that's a good one.
You are living here, or help pay bills or whatever.
Essentially, just pull your own weight while you're there.
Pretty much.
Like, ask her what her boundaries are, but also pull your own weight.
And be respectful.
Yes, for sure.
Because she is offering for you to stay there.
Which is really sweet. That's really awesome. And then also, since it sounds like it's very clear that this is going to be just a temporary situation, I would suggest trying not to, like, get comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, yes, be comfortable enough that you can obviously stay there with your sister, but don't be so comfortable where you end up accidentally overdoing your stay, but not in a way where it's like, oh, we just have to wait an extra month to get this new apartment. No, in a way where it's like you're just completely delaying things.
Yeah, and you don't want to do anything around there.
Yeah. So, like, for instance, I don't know what your lifestyle is like per se, but, like, one thing I did when I was living with my in-laws for a couple months to try to not feel so comfortable was, like, we made the bed every day. And normally in our house, we don't make the bed.
I don't make the bed every day.
We made the bed every day. We pitched in without even asking with, like, the house chores and the cleaning, taking out trash, because we didn't want to have this feeling of comfort and then staying and living with them longer than we needed to. So to find whatever it is that makes you feel that slight discomfort, I guess I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
so that you can still be on task to get out.
Because then you're like, okay, when I move out, I don't have to do this every day. I don't have to, scrub the bathroom down every day.
Yes.
Like, I used to do that when I lived with my ex-boyfriend's parents from high school.
Yeah.
When it's weird, me and my first husband moved in with my ex-boyfriend's parents. Because I was real close with her.
Yeah.
And she let us, when he got out of the military, to stay there with them.
Yeah.
For free. She didn't charge me nothing.
Oh, wow.
Because she knew, he was just getting out of the military, had to get a job, was going to school. And we had car payments, and we had, our insurance and our cell phones and stuff. And I would do stuff like, I'd go in and wipe the whole bathroom down every day.
Okay, yeah.
And I'd make the bed, because I knew she was like a neat freak. I'd make the bed, and I'd vacuum the house, the whole upstairs, because we had the whole upstairs to ourselves. You come upstairs, and there was a loft. Yeah. That we had it set up as our living room, and I had my little coffee pot up there. And we had 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. Yeah. It was like our own little apartment. We used the kitchen, her kitchen. Yeah. But I would always, like, if I went down to make breakfast after she left for work and her husband left for work, I'd go down and make breakfast. And I'm like, oh, her coffee cup's in the sink. And, she had breakfast this morning, her plate's in the sink. I'd wash them off for her. Yeah. Because I'm like, I'm going to make breakfast. I'm the last one. Let me just wash everything up real quick or throw it in the dishwasher and run the dishwasher while she's at work. Oh, okay. Because it would help her out. And then I got thinking, once I moved, I don't have to clean my bathroom every single day. Yes, I wipe the toilet down, the sink down, because I'm a freak. Yeah. But I don't have to deep clean my bathroom every single day. Yeah. I don't have to, wash the dishes as soon as I get done eating. Yeah. I can do them later. And especially now having 2 kids. It's hard to do. Yeah. Once you have kids, because it's like they're home all the time, or you're running to doctor's appointments. But make it to where you do all this stuff, and then you keep it in the back of your mind. Well, okay, if I get my own place, I don't have to do this every day. Yeah. You'll appreciate where you're staying, but keep that little discomfort there, just
to motivate you to get out. Yeah. And also, while you're staying with her, since she has lived in that place for 3 years, I think it's pretty safe to assume that she has a good understanding of the areas. So definitely try to, like, on a weekend where you guys aren't working or dealing with school or studying or something, try to do, like, a couple weekends here and there where you guys go out and she takes you around the town or the city or wherever the place is and shows you around, so that you could get familiar with the area yourself. And that you could also kind of put in the back of your mind, okay, this is the kind of area in this town I want to live in, so let me start looking into places in this area. So that way, when you're a couple months, like you said, it was going to be just a first few months. So that could be like 3 months, 6 months. Yeah. That way, you kind of have an understanding not only where everything is, ideally where you want to go, and where to start. And having her already lived there, she already knows some good places that you could probably start looking into to live long term. But, make it a fun outing, because at the end of the day, it's your sister. Yep. So you guys go out for coffee, go out for drinks. While you're going out for drinks and coffee, you could be like, oh, this is this part of the town that has this, and that, and the next thing. and I think you'll like living here, or look at this part of the town, and maybe you'll like living here, and then slowly just kind of build up in your head, okay, these are the areas I like.
Yeah, that definitely would work.
Okay, so let's see, the next one, how should I go about getting a massage for back pain when I have SA trauma? So trigger warning for this one, it briefly kind of talks about dealing with trauma from sexual assault. Um, it says, so I have a painful back, recently injured, and I really, really want to get a massage. I've lost a lot of weight and even increased my flexibility to stretch and reach myself because I know my partner has sore hands and isn't interested. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
I have sexual trauma and I'm not comfortable being touched. I only really let him touch me and allow uncomfortable hugs from family. How can I get a massage without him? Does anyone know a better way to do it yourself? Is anyone also, if any, I'm having trouble reading this because it's just blurry to me. Maybe I need glasses. If anyone also has SA history, what is getting a professional massage like?
The only thing we can say is, take a buddy.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Do like a group massage, like 3 or 4 of you at one time. Like, just, everybody, just go get a back massage together. Where you're literally in a room and everybody's on their own bed and everybody's getting back massages. Because I know a lot of places they'll do back massages with wine.
Oh, okay.
You get wine with it.
That would be nice.
Yes.
That would be nice. And especially if you go with a buddy. If you do, like, depending on the place, you guys could end up being in the same room. So that if you need that buddy to, maybe you're just kind of feeling a little overwhelmed, other than telling the professional massage person, hey, I need you to stop. Because they will stop. They're not going to keep rubbing you down because that's weird.
Yeah.
But you'll have that friend there to help ground you, which is really good.
I mean, even there are some places that will let you bring a friend in with you, even if they're not getting a massage.
Really?
Like, if they know you have, like, issues like that, they'll let, like, I know Massage Envy does.
Really?
In Charlotte, they allow, like, you to bring somebody with you that will sit in the room because you feel uncomfortable, but it's something you need.
I didn't know they did that.
Like, Tim's weird about people touching him.
Yeah.
So I always go to physical therapy with him, especially in the pool. Like, he's weird.
Yeah.
He's the person, he's like, just don't touch me. He's never been, like, assaulted or anything, but he's a big man.
Yeah.
But he's just like, I don't like people touching me, and because he's a man and the therapist is a woman, he's like, I don't want to be accused of anything.
Oh, okay.
And I will literally go and sit with him.
Yeah.
It's just it's something stupid, but
if it makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Or there's some therapists that are like, oh, I prefer your wife comes in.
Yeah.
Because they're female and they're like, well,
Yeah.
they just feel a little bit awkward. Which I'm cool with. I don't have an issue. But the therapist he's gotten out of, she's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The one that does all his pool stuff.
Okay.
I sit in the car and just do my own thing.
There you go. Definitely bring a buddy. But also communicate this to your massage therapist.
Or get one of those body massage pillow things you can lay on.
Ooh. What, like, is it, like, electronic?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it literally, it'll cover your whole entire back, and you can lay on it, or you can lay it on your back, or you can put it on the back of your chair, like your recliner, and lean back against it. Then you wouldn't have to go nowhere.
That's true. And that might be able
And they've
to
got
help.
them for the car, too.
Oh.
A heated back massage for the car. I don't think I could do it.
Not driving, no.
I'd probably fall asleep.
I wouldn't fall asleep, but I would want to close my eyes.
I want to get one for Tim because of, like, the car rides and stuff.
I think that would
help his back because he's just sitting there anyways.
Yeah. That's actually a smart idea. I was going to suggest even if you go to some sporting stores, they do have tools that are designed to help with, like, rolling out muscles and kneading over them. So, for instance, there's one that I got for some of my back pain. It basically looks like a scythe. Like a hook scythe from, like, ancient Egypt, but it has, like, a ball at the end of it. And you just kind of roll that onto your back and help massage it out. So that way it's not like other types of massagers that are a little harder that maybe requires two people. But this way you could do it yourself, solo, and it kind of works a lot like a back scratcher in a way. You could also get foam rollers, which are really good. You just put a foam roller onto a floor and you just kind of roll up against it back and forth. And if you do it with using the floor as like to assist you, it actually makes it a lot easier than like using the wall. So that's another way that you could kind of work into it until you're ready to actually go into the spa itself.
Yeah.
And there's also massage places in malls where they do massages fully clothed and out in the open in front of everyone. So maybe that might be something worth considering. If not, at the mall, but maybe a fully clothed massage option.
Or if, like, it really bothers you to have, like, that massage done somewhere and you have enough back issues, go see your doctor because they'll set you up with a physical therapist.
That's true.
That will massage your back. Because my husband has that done because of his surgery. He'll have back pain.
Yeah.
And he'll get, like, knots fluid in his back. And they'll massage his back out for him. And it's in a doctor's office. It's not like you're going to a random massage parlor or something.
I like that. I totally forgot that some physical therapy places do that. Because I actually had that done when I started having really bad back pain when I was in the military. There's a long story for why that back pain started. It's because I was on a plane ride and I was sitting very uncomfortably and blah, blah, blah. But I totally forgot that physical therapists do that.
Yep.
So check your insurance, see if you could get into some physical therapy, and see if the physical therapy offers some sort of massage like option to tack you into your physical therapy.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea. And physical therapy is great because it also will help strengthen.
And pools work great too.
Yes. Oh, aqua therapy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to joke about that with Tim all the time. I'm like, oh, you're old. I said, you need aqua therapy. We'd be at our friend's house in the pool, and all of a sudden, guess what? Now I'm learning how to do his aqua therapy with him.
And aqua therapy is great because it helps take a lot of the weight off of whatever the body part is. Yep. And it helps you slowly but surely strengthen that body part. So then when you do the physical therapy on land, you could do it stronger and obviously correct and get better. Because I actually did aqua therapy for my left knee, and it did help. It made going to regular physical therapy a lot easier after doing aqua therapy.
They started Tim with regular therapy, but then his knee, they put him on a bicycle and his knee swelled up.
Okay.
So had to, it swelled up like 3 times the size of his knee.
Usually the bicycle is supposed to warm them up, warm up their muscles so they could do the physical therapy.
He has no cartilage in between his bones. So when he did that, the bones hit.
Yeah.
And it caused his knee to swell up. So they're like, well, let's try the aqua therapy first. Since you can't get on a bike to pedal. So with the aqua therapy, they've learned, now we've gotten to where he was doing just walks and stuff and turns and lifting his legs up and stretches. Now we're floating. Which he said helps tremendously. They put a float thing around his neck to hold his head up.
Okay.
Floaties on each arm and a pool noodle under his knees.
Okay.
And it just takes so much pressure off his back with him sitting at that angle and just floating in the pool. Yeah. Like we've talked about getting our own pool because it would help him. Even if he's hurting, we could go out and get in the pool and I could set him up like that and just putting your hand under his shoulder blade. Yeah. And walking, pushing them forward. Yeah. And then pull back, and it kind of stretches the back out. Okay. They get used to that stretching and pulling. Yeah. All the time.
You wouldn't need a deep pool for that either.
No.
A good maybe
30 inches.
3 foot deep.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 foot deep, if that.
Well, see, the pool that he does is aqua therapy, and it's only 4 foot.
Yeah.
So she's taught me how to do that, and because he's in aqua therapy up there at the wellness center, we can actually go anytime he's feeling extreme pain. Yeah. And he can take a +1 because he's considered disabled up there. That I can get in with him and I can do his therapies with him. Yeah. So he doesn't have to have the physical therapist. I mean, she's there all the time and it was in the pool. But I could take him up there and work his back for him to stretch him out. Yeah. Because he went up there and when he got in, his pain was at 8. When we got out, it was at 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
So, pools are great to have for aqua therapy. Even if you can't go to, a massage parlor. Find the local pool
Yeah.
And a lot of towns have, I mean, I live in a small town. And we have, I think, 2 indoor pools. And there's like 3 outdoor pools that are fixing to open next weekend.
Yeah.
But just to get them, in the water, just float.
Absolutely. I think that's a good idea.
And that would be good for her spouse, was it? Her boyfriend that has the sore hands. Like, that would be good, like, the aqua therapy with his hands in the pool.
That's true.
And he could help out a little more because it's in water.
Yeah.
Because I have,
You got a shitty wrist too?
yeah, well, I got 2 of them.
Me too.
It's from computers and the mouse and arthritis.
I think mine's is from the computers, but also maybe from like the push-ups from the military.
Mm-hmm.
Especially my right wrist is worse than my left.
So is mine. Mine, I went riding at ATV park, and
Oh God.
Tim went down through a mud hole, and I was hanging onto the side of the 4-wheeler, and it tipped over, and you saw where the grate is on his 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
It's above the plastic, but it tipped down far enough to where my hand was, and it caught it up against a tree.
Oh God.
So I get sharp pain through here all the time, and it hurts.
Ooh.
I could be doing something and just cramp up and drop it. But I noticed being in the pool the other day, I was like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. There you go.
I said so. And that would help, definitely.
For sure. I think that would be a good idea. Alright, let's see. The next one says, I don't wish to talk to someone at work. Long story short, I don't respect him for personal reasons, including his lack of personal hygiene. Oh, fuck. He likes to walk around the office randomly, trying to make friends and make small talk. I'm not particularly interested in friendship or small talk with him. He once came and sat in the chair next to me 4 times in a single day over irrelevant topics, interrupting my work. Can I just ignore him? He is not in my department, or would it make me look like a bad team player? How do I minimize our contact as much as possible without coming off as a total psycho? Honey, he's kind of weird. This reminds me of some of the people I worked with in the military. They would do this. And I was just like, with some people, I was okay with them doing it because, like, we were cool. But then there's other people where I was just like, you're just way too weird, even for me. And I'm a weirdo as it is. So if you're too weird for me, then you're really fucking up there.
Yeah, exactly.
But since this is a work situation, this is what I recommend for a lot of people who are kind of in the same boat. Just while you're at work, I would put off the air that you're an introvert. Even if you're maybe not actually an introvert. And just be like...
Or just act really weird and they'll leave you alone.
There's that too. But I would just pretend to be like an introvert, especially around these kind of people. So then if they were to ask anyone about it, everyone else is like, oh, they're just an introvert. It's nothing personal. And they just move it along. Because I've actually known people who did this on purpose to get these weirdos to, like, kind of go away from them.
Yeah.
And it worked. It worked. Like, they would say up and down all day long until the cows came home, I'm just an introvert. I like staying to myself. Like, I don't like talking a lot. They would do that whole spiel.
Yeah.
But then, if you caught them outside work, which I often did because I was in a lot of the party scene when I was in Omaha, like, they were a totally different person. And so just kind of put off the air that you're an introvert so they maybe leave you alone. I think that would be worth trying. If not, I would also just make it as awkward as possible for them. That's something I personally did a lot.
Yeah.
So when I was in the military, our office, a couple months before I got out, moved to a different building. Same squadron, just different building. And there was this kid who I did not like because months prior, he had this whole situation. I'm not going to go into detail because it's too long. But I basically told him, don't do that. And I think he did it anyway and, like, nearly lost his clearance for it because he got pulled out of his section and put over at the main squadron building. And usually when that happens, it's because you're being investigated.
Yeah.
Or unless you got one of the positions like a UDM or something. But he didn't have that position. He had the position. He had the shit list position, which told me he was being investigated. But anyway,
I'm just rude.
when we moved to that building, because we had a rapport before that situation happened, he would always try to come in the office and talk to me. And so I would just make it weird by being so engrossed in my work or making it look like I was so just into my work that he would have to walk away, because otherwise, like, they recognize, okay, this is weird that I'm standing here and they're not talking to me because they're just working so hard. And half the time I really wasn't. Half the time I literally switched the computer desktop from freaking Daily Mail to, like, my briefings.
Mm-hmm.
And I just read, and I would pretend to read even out loud, like, under my breath, like, to make it really sell that I'm working hard and I can't be disturbed, and he would leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
So do one of those two things. Either pretend that you're an introvert, so then they'll leave you alone, or pretend to be so engrossed in your work that they get so, like, uncomfortable of coming near you so many times.
Or just be rude. I'm just rude. I don't, once again, my favorite phrase, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't want to talk to you, I'm like, you need to leave. You need to walk away.
Is there anything I could get you?
Can I help you?
Ooh, yes.
Like, and I will bug eye, because I'm like, okay, you're on my last nerve. Can I help you?
Even just saying, can I help you? Even if you don't, like, have a bug eye or a stank face, just saying, can I help you, is enough to be like, maybe get them to go away.
Or just politely say, bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
I do it to my kids all the time. But Levi goes, I'm not Felicia. And I'm like, right now you are. Bye.
Levi, I'm not Felicia.
Bye.
Poor baby.
Like, I'm just, like I said, I'm just rude. I don't care. Like, if you don't like me, you don't like me. If you like me, you like me.
Mm.
Like, I'm that type of person. It's just, I'm blunt.
There you go. And honestly, sometimes it does work out pretty well. So heck, if you're a blunt person, be blunt about it.
Exactly.
Just be like, how can I help you?
Yeah. Like,
and sometimes when you even just say that phrase.
or do you need something?
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
Then they start kind of scrambling in their brain.
They're like, no, I'm good. Okay, well, bye.
Yeah. Or even if they say, no, I just came over here to talk, then follow it up with, I'm sorry, I'm busy. Like, and still stay firm.
Like, wait, you got time to talk?
Right.
Because I don't.
There you go.
I used to do that at work. This girl would come over, and she was just weird. She was weird. And she's like trying to talk to me, and I worked, it was like a factory laundromat, might as well say. It did all like the tablecloths and napkins and stuff for the restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would be working, and it's a stupid job. Like, you literally just put napkins on a press machine all day long.
Oh, okay.
Is what I did. And this girl would come over and start talking to me, and I'm like, can I help you? Well, I just want somebody to talk to. I'm like, that's nice. Who are you talking to?
Oh.
And she was like, finally got the hint, because I would always like, yeah, and I'd sit there and kind of ignore and just go, yeah. And then I just became mean. I don't know if it was just like overnight or something. I just been around my husband too long. And it was just like, I was like, can I help you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to come over and talk. Well, who are you talking to?
Oh, damn.
And she's like, well, you. And I said, oh, I wasn't listening.
Oh, there.
And I mean, I hate to be mean like that, but like, I done kind of brushed you off multiple times. And then you're going to walk over here and just start talking.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, with this one, it does sound like it's pretty chronic. So maybe approaching it with that kind of position would be best, actually.
Yeah.
Because they're constantly doing it, and they're doing it over and over again. And
apparently you've done something to try to get them to go away.
Yeah.
And if, being nice is not working, or, moving away from them is not working, if you have that choice, then I would literally just be blunt about it.
Just be direct. Blunt and direct. I like that.
Yeah. That works.
That will get the job done.
It always gets the job done.
Yes.
They might not like you at the end of the day, but...
And that's one thing I learned
I don't
about
care.
a lot of people. They don't like... A lot of people actually don't like directness.
No.
This is something I'm learning now in my 30s, which I'm like, you know what? Looking back in my 20s, how did I not notice this before? A lot of people don't like directness. So if you approach it pretty directly, that's going to be enough to make them squirm, like, right out of their jeans, like, with discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
So, let alone want to ever come back to your desk. So, I would definitely just be direct.
Definitely.
Why are people like that? Why are people just so uncomfortable with directness?
I don't like. I had today at the chicken sale. Like, they were just like, kind of like beating around because they screwed up my check twice, and I'm like, hold up, if you just done your job, and paid attention to what you were doing, put the phone down. You're at work. Like, they're on their phones up there trying to do bidding, and they're throwing stuff in the middle of somebody's ticket. Well, then, okay, I'm sorry that this guy sold an emu for $200 and it got put on my check.
Jeez.
And I got the money for it.
Oh
I'm sorry. God. Yes, I did the right thing.
That's a big fuck up.
And took it back up there to check and let them void it out and print me off a new check.
Yeah.
But in the process, they then charged me for 45, 50 crates instead of 30. Because you have to pay, like, if you take your animals up there and they're not in a cage to sell, they charge you per crate.
Okay.
And it went from $1.50 to $2.50. No big deal. I'll pay it.
Yeah.
I got 4 to 5 chickens in there a piece.
Yeah.
They bring $4 a piece. Okay, $2 is not gonna $2.50 is not gonna kill me if I got $4 a chicken in each box.
No, not at all.
So, and I walk up there and I'm just like, look, I done been in here twice now. Yeah. This is my third time, and I had to drive 45 minutes back up here. Yeah. Because y'all screwed up.
Oh, fuck that.
It don't work like that.
No.
I was like, you're not paying for my gas. You overcharged me. And literally, the owner goes, do you want a job? Because he looked at my paperwork, and I literally broke down every cage I had, every box I had.
Yeah.
How much each of them made.
Yeah.
They brought. Added it all up. Figured out the 20% commission they get, and how many crates I had, and how much that was going to cost me, and what my final check would be, down to the cent. And I walked up there, and he said, do you want a job? And I said, no, not really. Jeez. He said, well, you're really good at what you do. You're good with math.
Yes. But you already have so much in your plate.
I am good at math, but I'm not dealing with this clusterfuck up here.
Yes.
It ain't happening, well, and I will not sell up there no more.
Yeah.
Because of that. And he's like, I said, well, my opinion, I said, everybody's got one, but my opinion, you have tickets, you write them out and give that customer a copy. Yeah. You should have the other one at the desk when you're selling the chickens.
Yeah.
Not just assume and write it on a piece of paper.
Exactly.
And don't be throwing, like, I literally had, I think, 3 boxes left.
Yeah. And
they brought in these emus. The guy just walked in the door with them. And we're selling them in the middle of my stuff, and I'm like, okay, I've got a kid that has autism that's having a meltdown because there's too many people around.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to leave. You're going to throw that in there?
That's just...
And I went off on the owner this morning, and then he offers me an office manager job.
Damn.
And I'm like, he's like, I like you. I'm like, yeah, but nobody else up here would because I'd fire them all. And the girls are sitting behind the desk looking at me like... And I think that's where I get the point of... I get told I'm intimidating.
Yeah.
I've been told that by people at the school where I worked.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told that by where I worked in that factory.
Yeah.
I had the lead quit the day I walked in. She quit. Well, she left early. She came back like 2 days later. But she told the boss that I was intimidating. No, I know what I want and what I'm going to do.
But that's the thing. I hate when people say stuff like, you're intimidating. Well, no. Why do you feel intimidated?
Exactly.
Is the question. Because they always want to put it back on the person that makes them feel uncomfortable. But it's like, but why are you uncomfortable?
Yep.
Are you uncomfortable because of a deficit in your own being?
Yep.
Then that's on you. That has nothing to do with this other person that is, quote-unquote, intimidating you.
Yep.
At that point, it's
like,
not...
I walk in, I'm like, hi, I'm Lynn, nice to meet you.
Yes.
Like, I'm all there. Like, don't just sit there in your little corner and crouch down and start crying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm outgoing and I don't care.
Yeah.
I went to work the first day in a pair of shorts and a tank top and my Crocs. And the lady's like, you wear Crocs? Yes, I know how you feel about Crocs. But I love my Crocs, okay? And I walked up in there with my Crocs on, and she's like, I said I was told no open-toe shoes. They're not open-toe.
Girl.
Like, you said no open-toe. you know.
See, if someone came in with Crocs, like, yes, I don't like Crocs, but at the same time, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna personally attack someone.
And she's walking there in flip flops, and I'm like, well, how do you get to wear flip flops? Well, we were told no. I was told no open toe shoes.
Yeah.
And she's like, you have Crocs on? I was like, well, you have flip flops on. We were told no open toe shoes. Well, I've been here so long. Okay, cool, good for you. When you lose a toe, that's not my problem.
Yeah. Like, what the hell?
And immediately, that's when she ended up going to the bathroom, and then she left. Because apparently I intimidated her. I don't care.
See, that's the thing. And could be a topic for, like, another episode. A lot of people who are insecure, they're very easily intimidated by someone simply existing.
Yes.
Because I've had people that said that about me, and my thing is, I'm very friendly. I'm friendly like a golden retriever. And, like,
Poodle.
That's... Like a poodle? But, like, I'm a really friendly person. My whole deal is, like, I'm not going to be rude to someone that I don't know, because that's just going to cause problems that aren't necessary. But if you're going to be rude to me, I'm going to throw it back at you. But, so, generally speaking, I'm a nice person. And so when people are like, you're intimidating them, I'm like, how? All I'm doing is listening to them and talking to them, and, like...
When my husband's grandmother passed away, my idea, because I knew some of his exes were going to show up...
Oh, fuck.
I was like, yeah, okay. He's like, well, don't start nothing. I'm like, it's your grandmother's funeral. I'm not going to start nothing. I said, but I'm the type of person, I will walk in and sit down next to his ex and be like, hey, how are you?
That's not starting nothing necessarily, though.
That's just me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to go hide in a corner somewhere
because
one of your exes are there.
Just bury that hatchet. Boom.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Me and one of his friends, or his ex-girlfriends. She likes me now.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of them that like me. I don't have a problem with them.
Yeah.
Even his ex-wife, I don't have a problem with. Although me and her are both crazy, so that works out great. I mean, I guess it's a Lynn thing, because her name's Lynn, too.
What the fuck?
Yeah. He's married to that named Lynn. So.
Lynn is not even that common of a name, so
no.
I'm like, what the fuck?
That's how when everybody saw Lynn and Tim on Facebook, they're like...
Like, if
they
it's
messaged his daughter and they're like, did your mom remarry your dad? She's like, no. It's my stepmom. Her name's Lynn, too. They saw Lynn Hayden and they're like, huh? Wait a minute.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I'll be in the store talking to, like, I ran into his ex-wife and one of his ex-girlfriends, and we were all just standing there talking.
Yeah. And
one girl that can't stand me, she was standing behind me at the end of an aisle at Walmart, and his ex-girlfriend goes, hey, so-and-so's behind you. I'm not going to give no names, because I'll be nice. And I said, really? She said, yeah, don't turn around. I said, all right. So I didn't turn around. I just kind of stood there talking to him. I said, she's starting to walk this way. I said, well, if she starts anything, I'm just straight up going to her ass, because I ain't got nothing else to say to her after. She added me on Instagram, and then went to cussing me out, told me she was moving back in. I was just a temporary replacement. Everything in this house, all the decorations she put in here. Last time I checked, I redecorated the whole thing, so it don't matter to me.
Yeah, I would say. Like,
and, you know, I got his ex-wife and his ex-girlfriend there, and they're both like, we'll bail you out. And his ex-girlfriend's like, I got your back. Let's go.
Oh my god.
I'm like, okay. I'm game. I don't care.
Y'all.
I just don't care. I will go anywhere. I will talk to anybody. It don't faze me.
Yeah. Just bury that hatchet.
I used to be, like, real skittish and...
Why'd you point to me?
I'm saying, like, when we were in school, like, I used to be real skittish and stuff.
No, I could be skittish sometimes.
Except when that one girl on the bus, Kim, hit you in the face.
Oh, I forgot.
Bow-legged Kim.
I forgot about...
When you had that bloody nose on the bus.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
And I dove over seats trying to get to her.
Oh, fuck.
Because Big Jessie and,
That's right.
Big,
And she ended up going to Bosie's after that.
But those two big kids on the bus, Jesse and I can't think of the other guy's name, Jason. Those two big boys, Derek's brother.
Yeah.
And Jesse that lived at the end of the road.
Yeah.
They're like, she hit your sister, and that was like my demeanor changed. It's like I became a totally different person.
Yeah.
And I was constantly getting in trouble for fighting, and that's like that boy that hit me in the face with the book, and I hauled off and slapped the crap out of him in math class.
Shit.
And they wrote me up for it and wanted me to apologize to him. I said, apologize for what?
Defending yourself?
And thank goodness our cousin was there, Daryl.
Yeah.
He was in my class, and he's like, no, he hit her with a book.
Yeah.
And she just slaps him.
And those books, like, no matter how thick they are, they hurt like hell.
Yeah. It was a hardcover math book.
Yeah.
And he hit me with it, and I was like, no.
Oh, fuck no.
And they're like, we need to go to mediation and apologize. I said, I'm not apologizing.
Apologize for what?
He hit me, I just hit him back.
See, that's one thing I'm not ready for when Mason gets older, is dealing with, like, the school schematics of, like, you have to apologize or you have to accept someone's apology when they've done something like that. It's going to have to be another topic for another day, but that's something I'm not ready for, because
You'll be like, Mom, oh, they're on your time.
I'm gonna be up there, and I'm just gonna be like, no, he does not have to accept an apology if someone hurt him. Are you fucking
That's what I
kidding
told
me?
KJ. Levi, on the other hand, he thinks he can just fight everybody and everything anyways.
Oh yeah,
that's just him.
He'd be roping me off the horse on Red Dead. I'm gonna beat his ass one of these days in the games.
Go for it. Go for it. But no, like I've told KJ, I'm like, somebody hits you, hit him back.
Yeah.
He's like, but I'll get in trouble. I said, yeah, at school, but not at home.
Yeah, and that's also like you gotta explain. He'll explain to you what happened.
Yeah.
So then you can make that judgment.
Oh, see, I'm a smart one. I'm going to school. I want to see camera footage.
Oh.
I know there's cameras.
That.
Let me see the camera footage. Oh, look, wait. And if they refuse to show me, I don't know what to tell you.
If they refuse to show you, I would just call the cops and be like, someone has tried to assault my son. He defended himself.
They've had kids on the bus that have literally physically assaulted kids on the bus and at school, and they had it to where one parents went up there and they were going to call the cops and have charges pressed against this kid. And I know this kid.
Yeah.
I had him in my subs. I subbed last year, and he was in 3rd grade. He's in 4th grade this year.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just getting worse.
Oh wow.
Like it got to the point that his grandma was at the bus stop with a switch. Like she was going to tear him up.
Oh fuck.
Like,
that bad.
He gets suspended all the time, or he's in the office all the time. He's just uncontrollable. Like, if he was my kid, he wouldn't be happy.
Oh,
he wouldn't have anything in his room but a bed and dresser, maybe. Yeah. He might just have his clothes piled up on the floor.
Oh, I hear you on that. Alright, before we get too off topic, we have one more question. And this last one is, it says, how do I get my anger out? I'm usually a person who gets very mad at anything, and I hate the feeling of not getting out. This punctuation sucks. And I hate the feeling not getting out. How do I get it out? I have found out not a lot helps me to get the feeling of anger out. I'm almost getting to a point where I want to beat people up on the street when I think about the things that make me mad.
Boxing, honey. Boxing.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Axe throwing. Shoot a gun. Well, I don't know. Depends on the person you are. Go to a shooting range. If you live out in the middle of nowhere, put a target up and shoot it.
There you go.
I mean,
that might help.
Go to the junkyard, punch a few cars.
Yeah. I don't know if it... Well, since it says they basically essentially want to jump people on the street, that's how angry they get. I would say definitely join, like, maybe a kickboxing gym or place or something. Mm-hmm. And take it all out on the dummies.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just kind of... I don't know if it helps, but, like, kind of envision that the anger is has its own physical form, other than it being something abstract. And every time you hit, like, the dummy, it's unsticking itself from you and going to the dummy and coming out of your body. Maybe that will help. I know that helps with me, because I don't get super angry all the time, but a lot of times when I do get angry, it is pure rage.
Oh, didn't you do axe throwing?
I did do axe throwing. I wouldn't recommend that if you're ragey, though, because that could potentially be dangerous. Because you're not supposed to actually throw it, like, with all your might, because it could end up bouncing off the wood and not sticking in the wood. So that's why I wouldn't recommend it. But do, like, a kickboxing and leave it all out on the mat, leave it all out on the dummy, and, like, just tear that dummy's ass up. Because that's something that helped me a lot with...
Buy your own dummy if you have to.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because they have them at Walmart.
Yeah, and YouTube has workout videos that you can do.
Yeah.
Just follow along with the workout video, like put it on your TV or a tablet and put an earbud in, and just follow along and just take it out on that dummy.
Yeah.
Or even if you don't have the extra resources to go out and
go
like
running.
buy one.
I know like a lot of people say running helps when they're angry or really like mad. They'll just leave and go running.
Yeah.
I used to do that in high school.
Essentially, it's energy. At the end of the day, like that kind of anger is an energy that's built up that you have to dispel. So yes, running would be perfect for that. It would be amazing. I know one thing I did one time when I was really ragey was I took my broom outside and whacked the shit out of a tree.
I was gonna say, did you ride it?
No. I'll do that next time.
You can go for a flight?
No, I'll do that next time. But even just like go rage out and like take a big tree branch and hit a trunk of a tree. Honestly, you're not gonna break the tree unless it's like a little skinny twig that's like...
Just don't do it with the Dollar Tree brooms because...
Well, yeah, like...
Make sure
it's gonna get tore up either way.
Well, yeah, but the Dollar Tree ones really get tore up.
That's why I say just get like a big stick.
It's like Tim turned around.
And do that instead.
Tim turned around with my broom and hit the porch by accident and it bent it.
Yeah.
And he says, you need an alignment. And I said, what do you mean I need an alignment? He said, you can't ride your broom, you need an alignment. And he showed me my broom was bent.
Jeez.
I was like, yeah, you're a smart ass.
Oh, gosh. But yeah, when it comes to kind of stuff, also, this one thing I learned in therapy.
I was going to say therapy.
Of course, therapy is great, but one method I learned in cognitive behavioral therapy specifically was this concept of catch it, check it, change it. So, like, when you have these thoughts coming into your head, regardless if it's, like, really bad, negative, depressive thoughts or ragey thoughts, catch it when it's happening. Try to understand why you're feeling that way. And then, in that moment, while you are processing and understanding, what triggered it, why you're feeling that way, then work on changing it in that instant if you can. So, like, if you're feeling this rage and so say you're at like the grocery store and you just try to get through your grocery list, but you're starting to feel the rage build up, you're probably in Walmart. But
yeah,
just
I agree.
Sit in the aisle for a second, breathe, be like, okay, I'm getting ragey because of XYZ. All right, how can I change it to, move forward? And just breathe and then move over with your task. If you don't think you can finish the task, then go ahead to check out and head home and you come back later if you need to.
Or call somebody.
Yes.
Because I do that a lot when I'm at Walmart. Because my anxiety gets bad. I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. There's way too many people. I go to the grocery store. I put my kids on the bus at 7. I'm at the grocery store by 7:25. Like, I don't like being there when there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I'll go in, and if I have to go, like, when Tim has their physical therapy or something, I'll drop him off and go.
Yeah.
But I'm always on the phone with either you or my friend Bree or, somebody that I can talk to while I'm in there because it takes my mind off it and I'm thinking of other stuff.
Yeah.
Only thing sucks is sometimes you forget stuff because then you're not thinking about what you're supposed to be getting.
Oh, God.
Because I don't make a list. I go in there for 2 things and come out with like 15 and minus one of those things I didn't get.
Yep, that's why I have to have a list. Because I'll forget the one crucial thing like milk, but I'll make sure I'll have like every flavor of some bullshit soda.
Yeah.
That we won't even drink.
Like I went to town today and I remembered, different things I needed, except for the one thing my husband asked me to get was a cell phone charger.
Oh, yeah.
I came home with, the animal feed and stuff like that. I even stopped at a yard sale and bought 2 pairs of jeans.
No.
And a pair of boots. And guess what?
No charger.
No charger. So I pulled the one out of my car and was like, here, use this one. Yours will be here tomorrow from Amazon.
Girl, we have so many phone chargers at my house. It's not even funny. Cause
So do I, but I need a 10-foot one.
Oh, I didn't see.
Because he plugs his in beside the bed.
Yeah.
And he plays his game at night when his back's hurting.
Oh.
So it helps to have 10 foot because it's going from back behind his refrigerator over onto the bed.
And he has more like flexibility with it.
Yeah, and he can roll over, twist and turn how he needs to for his back.
I like that.
And I totally just realized there's a purple one sitting over there and I did not know that.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Yeah. I got my teal one at the car and handed him. But that's alright. I got a 3-pack coming from Amazon.
There you go.
It was the same price as buying one in town. One in town was like $15.
Yeah.
I spent 17 and I'm getting 3. And that was with
bad.
shipping.
That's not bad.
And it's the ones that are sideways.
Yeah.
Instead of straight down.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't bend as easy.
Ooh. There you go.
So.
Girl, we got bad ADHD, I just realized.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We're always like that. It's more than okay. We're random.
Oh, man. But yeah, that was our last one. I think we handled that pretty well. We're probably going to do more episodes where we have these kind of prompts of like answering different advice and giving you our take on what to do as far as that goes. If you want to write into us, you're more than welcome to do so. Our email is askdbcpod@gmail.com. Just put Ask LJ in the subject line so then we can like filter through the emails a lot quicker and easier. And we just might read it on the air. You can also submit stories for tea time that way as well. And I would love if you submit stories for tea time.
Yes. We need some gossip.
Because I have some pieces of gossip, but I feel like they're too short for like a tea time episode. So that's the only reason why I won't use them. Which kind of blows. But
we could do them as TikToks.
Ooh, good idea. All right, tea time TikTok. I like that. We could do that. All right. But until next time, remember, y'all,
don't burn your cookies.